Hey guys, nice to see you again. Today is going to be an eyebrow tutorial because this is probably the most requested video I have had on my channel to date. So I definitely wanted to give you guys what you're asking for. If you are like me and you have very thin eyebrows, or you have very light eyebrows, or you have eyebrows that have a lot of, for lack of a better way to say it, bald spots in your brows, then you're probably like me and have tried many different products or many techniques on how to fill them in. So that way you can kind of pull off the, more smoky eye effects. I find that when you have a smoky eye, a bolder brow is a must, because it really does frame the eye and it makes those eyes stand out even more. So if you have been wondering how I've been getting my brows, then go ahead and keep watching. So I wanted to get a really big close-up so that way you guys can see my pores. And I am going to start off with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Mine is in the color Ash Blonde. And when I'm doing this, the reason why I love this eye pencil is, I guess it's more of like it's like in between an eye pencil and an eyebrow marker, I guess you can say. And the reason why is because you can really make the little strokes that you're going to do with this look like hair. For somebody like me who has really, really light and thin eyebrows, if I'm going to do a full eye look, like a smoky eye or anything like that, to me personally, it looks kind of silly when you have thin eyebrows to go along with it. You want something that's really going to frame the eye and really going to make the eye stand out. So by adding on fake eyebrows, I guess you can say, you can kind of get that effect and pull it off, even if you have thin or really light eyebrows. So I like to start in the arch right here, and I just make little flicks. And you can see that it's kind of starting to form a little bit of a more precise arch than what I am naturally gifted with. So that's how you can kind of get that effect. And I also do it on the top as well. And again, I'm holding it on the very end right here because you want to have a lot of movement with it. You don't want to like really put it in and make really intense lines. It's supposed to be very, very subtle, but give an overall major difference in the look. And I do it on the outside of the top part of my eyebrow as well, but then in just a second here I'm going to go in with powder, just because I don't want it to look too harsh on the inner parts of my eyebrows. So once you kind of have the outlining down and the shape that you want, you can already see like there's a huge difference. Like my eyebrow on this side just looks much more arched. It looks much more defined. It actually looks like I have eyebrows. And this one, it just looks really thin and kind of, it makes the look undone. I mean, you can just, if you just split my face in the middle, I mean, you can see that this eye stands out a lot more, sorry for the lighting, than this eye would. So if you look at them close together, you can kind of see a major, major difference here. And again, I'm just going to go in here and make little light strokes. Just to kind of fill in those sparse areas. I have thick hair on my head and really thin hair for my eyebrows. So that's just a gift that I have been left to deal with. So thank goodness for Anastasia products, because then we can now I am going to take my Sigma small angle brush. This is the E65. And this just has And this just has a very angled tip of the brush, so that way it makes it really easy to get in there and do the inside part of the eyebrow. I am taking, again, another Anastasia product. This is the Ash Blonde and Top Brow Powder Duo. And you can see that it has more of like a light ashy blonde color, and then more of the top or taupe tomato color on the right side as well. So that way, as the season changes, you lighten your hair, you darken your hair a little bit, get low lights, highlights, you can pick between the two. Obviously, I have pretty light hair, so I usually stick with this unless I'm doing like a very, very, very dark and smoky look and I want my eyebrows to look a little bit more defined, then I'll use this side right here. But you're just gonna take your brow pencil, I guess that's brow brush, I guess that's what you can call it, and put a little bit of product on the end and just dab on your hand to get the excess off. And then you're literally just going to put it on there and brush the way that the hair grows. And go in again, put it in there, and then that way. And the reason why I do the powder instead of just using the Brow Wiz for the whole eyebrow is just simply because the powder is not quite so intense, at least I personally think so. So you don't have, sometimes when your eyebrows are really intense in the middle part right here, you can kind of look angry or mad. And if it's a little bit more subtle, then you don't really get that effect. So I don't ever want to look mad. Sorry if you guys can hear football on, the Alabama game is on, and my boyfriend is glued to the TV. Okay, so now you can kind of see a little bit, almost the finishing product. You can see that this one is a lot more defined, although it's not perfect in this part right here, because we're gonna get to that in just a second. And this one is just, that one just needs help. And then now I am going in with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I personally think that this one works the best. Some people have different opinions on like using clear mascara or other brand products. I think Benefit has a brow gel as well that's supposed to work pretty good, but this is just my personal preference. And you're just going to brush them in the same direction that the hair grows. And this does a couple things here. So you can see that it did soften up the inner part a little bit, because the inner part of your eyebrow is definitely supposed to be a little bit lighter than the arch and the outer edge as well. So it not only kind of softens up that part, but it also is going to make your eyebrows stay all day. Before I use this, I would literally do my eyebrows in the morning, and then probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I would look in the mirror when I'm going to the bathroom or something, and I would be back to this. So this is really going to make your eyebrows stay all day, so you don't have to worry about that. So I would definitely recommend, if you're gonna get any sort of gel, powder, anything to fill in your brows, that you use something like this in order to help them stay all day. So let's go ahead and do the other eyeball, or eyebrow, I guess. can see, I finally have eyebrows again. And everybody's eyebrows, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, are cousins, not sisters. So they do not have to look exactly the same. Sorry. Okay, that's a little bit better. Mine definitely are not. You can see that this one has a little bit of a higher arch than this one does, and no matter how many times I get my eyebrows waxed or threaded, that's just how it goes. So you gotta fake it till you make it, and that's what we're doing here. So hopefully you guys were able to get a little bit of an inside scoop of how I do my eyebrows every day, and if you guys have any little tips and tricks that you guys use, definitely let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.